We're back at it again with another Battlefront update. Alright, so we're gonna jump into the nitty gritty here and start off this video focusing on the dreaded score exploit that's currently plaguing Battlefront 2. To give you a quick idea on what this exploit is about, it essentially lets players rack up an insane amount of score and battle points, all thanks to a bug from the squad spawn bonus whenever someone spawns on you. This as a result has left a lot of players frustrated due to how a lot of matches of course now not being very balanced at all, letting players obtain reinforcement classes and especially heroes almost instantly and running havoc with them, which in turn has seen a lot of players already use this exploit and level up and even max out their heroes in only a few days of play. And this really makes sense for all those sudden maxed out purple Obi-Wan Kenobis I've been seeing popping up lately. But fear not, as community manager Ben Walk has confirmed that DICE are aware of this exploit and have already fixed it. Well, kinda. Unfortunately, due to companies taking time off for the holidays and the nature of patching these games, especially on console, they weren't able to fit the fix in the upcoming patch that's expected to drop on December 12th, as that patch has already been submitted a while ago and they can't really edit it now. So for the time being, DICE has decided that they'll temporarily remove the squad spawn bonus, until they can eventually send out the fix, which Ben estimates should be out likely in January, of course pending QA verification and etc. So if you had no idea about there being a major exploit happening within the game lately and why you're no longer getting a squad spawn bonus, this here is why. As for the Galactic Assault map rotation, you may have noticed it's been tinkered with yet again, and this is mostly due to people complaining about not being able to play on Geonosis enough. And since DICE is reluctant on bringing a server browser to Battlefront 2, they need to constantly mess around with the map rotation in order to keep everyone happy. So as of right now, the map rotation for Galactic Assault is first Geonosis, followed by Camino, then Death Star 2, and finally Crate. 2 maps from the Clone Wars, one from the original trilogy and another for the sequel trilogy. And regarding a new community calendar for December and what in-game events we should be expecting to play in, Ben also gave an answer on that front as well, saying that we should be getting one sometime just before this weekend. So either on Thursday or Friday depending on how quickly it'll get approved by EA. So that right there is confirmation that we should be getting in-game events for the month of December. I never doubted we wouldn't be getting any, but this is still nice that we have some confirmation that they're definitely coming, and we'll know about them just before the weekend. Now on to other news, Arcade. I know a decent size of my viewers will get a kick out of this news as we've been starved out of offline content for a long time now, and that isn't cool. And it seems that DICE agree with this, somewhat, with Ben stating that they do plan on putting out a special community transmission just for arcade mode sometime in 2019. As of right now, there aren't any details on what exactly they'll be talking about here, like if this will feature the offline big game mode or not, or just talk about how they'll be getting a blast-sized map for Geonosis for arcade. I, like a lot of you, are still crossing my fingers that we'll get that offline big game mode that Dennis Brenvall has been teasing us since the beginning of this year. But seeing as how long DICE have been putting off arcade news and actually even implementing anything arcade related to the game, it's obviously not on their priority list, and I totally get that. It's almost like the situation in FIFA. Like career mode in FIFA isn't EA's priority unlike Ultimate Team, which rakes them a lot of money in microtransactions. Although fortunately in this case, it isn't that bad. And finally, James Arnold Taylor, the voice actor for Obi-Wan Kenobi, has publicly stated his interest in doing the voice for an old Ben skin for Kenobi in Battlefront 2, telling one person on Twitter in a teasing sort of way when the topic of old Ben came up, saying, "Or they could just have me do the old Ben voice as well, ... smiley face." You can look into this comment whatever way you like, but I'm honestly not expecting an old Ben skin to come to the game anytime soon. Even if Taylor is interested in doing it, and that's awesome that he is, but I just don't see DICE feeling the same way. Especially now that they made it pretty clear that they're only going for Clone Wars focused content. Although, if we were to get an old Ben skin, then all due respect to Taylor, but my vote would go to Steven Stanton to do the voice instead. And if you haven't heard his old Ben voice in Star Wars Rebels, then all I gotta say is that you're missing out. It sounds so on point to Sir Alec Guinness that I think it would be a crime for DICE not to get him to do the voice. Especially since he's done voice work in video games before and already a well-known person in the video game voiceover industry. But again, before we all get excited, I wouldn't put any money on seeing old Ben in Battlefront 2 anytime soon. Despite, and believe me, really loving the idea of having him in this game. Right now, it's all in DICE's hands, and if they see a demand for old Ben to come to the game, then maybe there's a chance for that. But they definitely do have to see a demand for it. Just like they did for Grievous and Obi-Wan Kenobi. But that'll do it for this Battlefront update. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and share it, and subscribe to the channel to not only support it, but to keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars content. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.